Welcome into the lair. KG, you got me dying in the chat. 100%. 100%. We all know that's an ET, right? Asking the real questions. We all know that that is an ET. Correct? They're trying to I don't know. Let's do it, man. We're doing Star Wars Santa's predictions today, finishing off the season for Andor, and what a season it has been. What a show this has been. You know what I mean? Star Wars Andor, definitely up there with the best of Star Wars, in my opinion. Let's do it, though. So let's review the show a little bit before we get into it too much. Make sure to subscribe if you're from Santa's channel and somehow got directed over here with the limited time that I gave you to prepare. Always got to be ready when it's a Sith taking over for Santa, though. You know what I mean? It is time for some excellence. Yeah, peak indeed. That's what we witnessed with Andor. But it's time to kind of recap a little bit of that before we dive into his predictions. And some of it, I mean, first of all, that ending, man. Vix just can't. How does she do this every time? Just every time, making just the most heartbreaking endings to episodes. I'm just like, can't keep doing. I mean, I guess they won't be doing this to me anymore, but you can't keep doing this to me. You can't. And they just kept doing it. It was so peak, though. It was excellent. Excellent and excellence. KG in the chat, heartbreaking and heartwarming indeed. Yeah, no, I mean, the full story now coming full circle, it's quite a tale of seeing how they wrapped everything up perfectly in these last three, and just Luthen, the way he kind of went out, it was pretty nuts in its own sense. The fact that they even were able to try and keep him alive and all that, I mean, it was like, come on, Anakin survived, like, this should be no problem. But you know, that's what he's got his people for. And sheesh, what a last couple of episodes that was. You know what I mean? I'm still, this morning I woke up and literally my first couple thoughts were, Andor is nuts. Like, it was just like, literally it all hit me as soon as I woke up again. It was like, we did witness some peak last night. That was nuts. Okay. I don't know how Santa normally does all of the points, and I know that KG is in a dominant lead at the moment. It's been a minute since I even did much of the predictions. I wish I'd got mine in this week. Didn't do that. I definitely was more focused on trying to get my streams ready and doing my thing. So I only did 1 week, so on the leaderboards I'll be like one of the lowest people, but that's okay. As for the rest of you, I'm interested to see where your predictions led you. I definitely, my biggest prediction was definitely wrong. I'll tell you guys that much. I wanted Thrawn to be in the show. I feel like there was a missed opportunity. They didn't need to. It wasn't necessary. But with all the Death Star stuff going on, knowing kind of what goes on in this story, there's a part where Thrawn helps out Krennic with a problem with some Grolix. It didn't happen. Everybody's giving me a hard time for it. Well deserving, but it was right there. You had the chance. Okay. What else can we talk about with Andor? Because there's literally too much to talk about. The parallels from season 1, season 2, and then the parallels between Andor and Rogue One. It's nuts how beautifully this story was written, and George Lucas himself would be like, "Oh, the poetry is rhyming. It's doing its thing. This is pretty great." Like, there's so much poetry and beauty to this story, and it is heartbreaking and heartwarming. Like KG said a little bit earlier, it's pretty nuts. And Mike, I'm with you, Mike Porter. Always with the positive vibes. He's like, I predicted a great show. And hey man, that's why you're the king of the predictions, in my opinion. Always with the positive vibes, always getting it. That's what's up. KG said, hadn't Ezra sent Thrawn to the other galaxy by then? No. So what happens during this time period and during that big meeting that Krennic was talking about and explaining himself to the Emperor and all that stuff? I wonder if Partagaz was supposed to be there in the Thrawn books. Now I gotta reread them, that's the thing. But around this time is when Thrawn gets blasted off, but he should be at that meeting actually, which is the meeting he was at during Rebels when he was away, when Kanan sacrificed himself and they blew up the fuel depot that was responsible for all of his basically TIE Defender program and fueling that, and just it was like the headquarters for that, I guess you could say. And once that was blown up, Thrawn didn't know about it, and he was basically back on Coruscant talking to the Emperor and some of the other ISB. And what had happened is basically there was a problem with the Grolic, or with the shipments that Krennic was having for the Death Star, obviously for Stardust. And when the shipments were getting to their place, basically these creatures that were connected to the Force called the Grolics, they're like bat flying like crazy things. They basically would intercept the shipments and destroy them and be like, nah man, you're not making the Death Star, kind of thing, because they're connected to the Force. So basically the Emperor was like, yeah, Thrawn, I'm gonna have to cut your TIE Defender program, and what we got going over here with the Death Star, that's my big thing right now. And Thrawn's like, well, I know about this Death Star. I kind of put the pieces together myself. I'm not sure I like it. And that's when Palpatine's like, where are your loyalties, dude? Are your loyalties lying with the Chiss or with me? And Thrawn's like, oh bro, the Empire all day, you know. And the Emperor's like, okay, all right, prove it, you know. Like, if you want to go help out, or if you want your TIE Defender program to be, you know, funded still, then you're gonna have to do something for me and Krennic. You're gonna have to solve this Grolic issue. And so Thrawn, being the genius that he is, solves the issue. And when he gets back, of course, that's when he comes back to not only the fuel depot destroyed, but then Ezra blasting him off with Purgle. And that's the last we see of Thrawn. So that's why I'm like, they could have easily put this in the story, like just had like a little mention of the Grolics, because it's a very significant thing, especially with the story they're trying to tell in Ahsoka. And it's like, you guys could have easily put that in there so people could connect those dots and like figure out like, hey, go check out Rebels, go check out this other Thrawn material that has a little bit of this stuff. And like, hey, if it wasn't for Thrawn, who knows? Maybe the Death Star wouldn't have been able to be finished because of the Grolics. I don't know. Probably someone would have figured it out or something. They would have figured out another way to just transport the material, but you know what I mean? Like, Thrawn sacrificed his TIE Defender program for the Death Star. I'm just playing. Where'd my chat go? It disappeared. Here it is. Mike Porter says, I thought Darth Vader was going to show up at the Death Star with the signs that says Death Star, claiming it for him. It's mine. No, not yet. That's, I mean, that happens in Rogue One with Tarkin. He's like, this is mine now. And then you get, you know, Krennic going, we stand here and it's my achievement. I'm like, fam, Galen Erso's the one that built it. KG says, I'm still trying to figure out what that battle was when Luthen met Clea. I was too. Last night I'm watching the episodes. I'm like, is Luthen an Imperial and he's just defecting from the Empire, and that's when he takes the little girl? That's kind of what it seemed like. Just like that's why he's seen some of the worst of them. Maybe even why he has some of like relics and different stuff because of raiding places. Who knows? Oh, Matt Cave, my dude, he says, hey yo, I just finished the episodes this morning. Dude, what did you think? They're nuts. They're freaking crazy. I called it. Darth Star. Get it? I get it. I get it. Trust me. That's pretty good. Alright. Let's get into these bingo season tallies and prediction scores here in a sec. Politics, my dude. Hey, just got off of work. Love to hear that, my guy. Love to hear that. Alright, I'm gonna pull up this guy and we will get into the Lair in the scores. Alright. Maybe I gotta move the chat guy a little tiny bit just so you guys can fully see that. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna get my chat up to okay, here we go. Alright, you guys ready for some scoring? I'm ready. Matt Cave said, that said, I couldn't pinpoint the armor style. Yeah, the Luthen flashbacks weren't too clear, but I assumed he was wearing former imp. Yeah, I think he's a former imp too. That was kind of what the vibe I was getting. I mean, I'm gonna have to watch it back again because it was freaking nuts in the first place. But yeah, I think it was closer to one of the early CT clone trooper, or not clone trooper, stormtrooper, I guess ST, ST troopers, one of the early, one of the early conscripted recruits, is what it seemed like. Alright, so in the show, for prediction number 1, a conversation takes place on screen in hyperspace. We did not see that. I don't think we were in hyperspace at all. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we see hyperspace at all in these 3 episodes. We spend the most of the first one in with Luthen and gosh, why can't I remember her name now? Not Val. Wow, I'm terrible with names. Clea. Ugh, why couldn't I think of Clea's name for a second? That was terrible. We see Luthen and Clea for most of the first episode, and then they obviously rescue Clea, all that stuff. So I don't think we saw, maybe, was there a conversation in hyperspace with Clea? Anybody in the chat? I'm trying to remember, because I feel like they were in hyperspace with her. I just don't know if we see hyperspace. It says on screen in hyperspace, so I'm trying to remember. Now I gotta pull my Disney Plus up and figure this out. Because I feel like there was, now that I think about it, but I don't know if they were ever in hyperspace together. If most of that was, she might have been knocked out in hyperspace. Right, chat? I'm not crazy. I'm trying to think about it. That was episode 11. I don't think we see them talk in hyperspace at all, do we, chat? I mean, Santa has it as a no, but I'm like, is it? I'm gonna test all of these today. We'll go back and see, because I feel like there for sure might have been a conversation in hyperspace, but there probably wasn't. A hut is in the scene? No, there's definitely no huts in this show. No huts. I don't even think we get hutties. So, no hut. A scene in Luthen's shop. There's definitely a scene in Luthen's shop. That is already as a yes. A ship breaks down or is damaged. Yeah, no, there's not blown up. Is his ship damaged? I should have done some more research for these before we just dove in. I don't know. There's definitely no ship damaged in the first episode. Oh, maybe his ship is damaged when he's landing in hot. I don't know. The flashbacks remind me of Highlander when Connor found out and rescued Rachel when she was a little girl. I've never seen Highlander, unfortunately. I'm a youngin', so I need to go see that now. Because it reminded me of definitely of a lot of different things I've seen, but I was like, oh, Last of Us. Cockpit combos, but no hyperspace. I honestly don't remember a damaged ship. I don't really remember a damaged ship either. I'm like, I don't know about that one. Santa trying to give himself extra points, you think, chat? Oh, dude, we gotta give She Reacts to Highlander. Oof. Hey, man. We gotta get that movie stream thing going. You know what I mean? That'd be dope. A ship is blown up. There definitely, I feel like there for sure was a ship blown up. Something was blown up in the flashbacks, and I don't even know if it was a carriage, but to me that's some sort of a ship. It's probably hashtag Santa cheats. Hey man, I didn't say it. The chat did. Biggs is seen again. That's definitely true. B2 emo is in the scene. That's true as well. Those were heartbreaking moments to see. We'll go there because I'm still not sure about 4 or 5. We'll count 5 as a yes for sure. 4, I don't know, chat. I'm a little suspicious of Santa on that one. Oh, dude. Okay, let's get this thing going. The next one is blue milk is consumed. No blue milk was consumed. I think throughout the most of this show. I think cereal, of course, is the only one that we truly see have some cereal with blue milk. I'm pretty sure. So no blue milk in this one, unless it was in like a canteen and we just didn't know. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you guys kind of jinxed it on that one. Okay, so 4 is a yes then. Cameo, yeah, I will. Yes. I guess if you count Bale and K2, but that's not really cameos. They're kind of important players at this point. Death Star is seen, correct. That is true. We did see the Death Star. Deidre did not die. She's on Narkina 6 or 5 or 7 or she's having a good time. She's where she belongs. Deidre's domicile is seen. No, it was not. We did not go back home. We didn't see her talking to Edie either. It was only pain for our girl Deidre, and it was a good time. All work and no play for Deidre. On program, indeed. On program. Get to it. Number 13. Droid is called by name. Yes, K2. K. A lot of different times he was called by name. Number 14. Easter egg from the prequels. Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, or Revenge of the Sith. Yes. Oh, probably in Luthen's shop. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Galen Erso is mentioned. Yes. Every time Luthen's shop shows up, that gets ticked. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. It's... Oh, Santa and his cheese. He's a very cheesy one. I love it. I love it. Imperial officer is seen. Yes, of course, there were many seen, as well as the Galen Erso mention as well. Straight up by name. That's why you guys in the chat are always like, he said it. I'm like, what do you... He said Galen Erso? I know. Like, everybody's playing Santa's game. Yes. Good. Good. Remember that time when Cyril was eating cereal and his mom yelled, "You can't be cereal." It was some cereal stuff going on right there. You know what I mean? Lots of cereal stuff happening. Okay. Next one up is the 16 we did. 17 ISB meeting room is seen. It was right before we saw Partagast off himself, and a couple of times with Partagast, I believe. That was such a great intense scene. That was like, honestly, him listening to the manifesto and going back and like seeing back in season 1 how he's, you know, one of the first times that we see that room, he walks in and he's like, you know, rebellion is a disease, it's a sickness kind of thing, and we can't let it spread. We have to catch it before it spreads, essentially. And then, you know, basically you get a couple other scenes where he kind of talks about sickness in that sense, and then there in the finale, right before he offs himself, he's listening to the manifesto talking about how it's spreading everywhere. And that's what he says to the guys. It's really begun to spread kind of thing, and it definitely has at this point. There's no stopping it, and that's what Partagast kind of has realized, let alone the fact he's probably going to get killed by Vader or somebody anyway for his failures at that meeting I'm talking about. And yeah, he was just like, well, I failed. It spread everywhere. What are you going to do? Yeah, after listening to the manifesto, was perfect. It truly was. Where are we now? The 18, Jeddah is in a scene. Yeah, I think we do get a glimpse of Jeddah when we, when, you know, with Saw Gerrera there in the end, being there and knowing what's coming there soon. K2SO conversation. K2SO's conversation? I don't know exactly what Santa means by this, but K2SO had a lot of conversations. I don't know why this says no. And I have no idea what exactly he meant. But there were a lot of conversations with K2SO. Kino Loy is seen. No, that he is not seen. Clea did not die either for 21. I gotta scroll up a little bit. Matt Cave said, I really did not see him taking his exit coming. That dropped my jaw. Conversion. Oh. Clearly your boy is a little dyslexic today. I don't know. I read conversation. Oh, conversion? Why is that even still a question? We already saw his conversion. Oh, Santa. Oh, that's funny. That's a good one, dude. Kyber crystals are mentioned. Yes, they were indeed. Leda is in a scene. Leda is in a scene. No, Leda was not in a scene. Lightsaber was used to hold it. No. I think the only lightsabers we technically saw in this show was the ship lightsaber back in season 1. You know, the ship saber things. It was like, yeah. That thing, I think, is the only thing with quote-unquote lightsabers that we saw in the entire show. Luthen dies. Correct. Yes, he did. Luthen killed himself for the cause. 26 is main character's death. Yes, indeed. There were a couple of main characters that died, including Lonnie. Killed Lonnie, too. What a... if Luthen did, he did a lot. He did a lot. He was a great dude. Great dude. But I don't know if you can really do the meter. Like, half of me wanted to do that meme where it's like, oh, he's the best. He's the best. And then they, like, start to walk away, and it's like, what about all the murder? And it's like, what murder? It's like, that's how I feel about Luthen, but then he kills Lonnie, and it's like, oh, that murder. Yeah. Yeah. 27, mention or use of the Force. No. We saw, actually, yes, there was a mention of the Force. I have to change this. May the Force be with you. That was said by Fake Bail. Fake Bail Organa literally said, may the Force be with you. So we got to change that to a yes. Sorry, Santa. Mon Mothma's home residence is seen. No. We saw Perrin, but we didn't. He was banging some other dude's wife. He was banging his daughter's stepmom or mom's. I don't know. The stepmom or the mother-in-law. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, Perrin's banging his daughter's mother-in-law. Real great of him. And he's drinking and gambling again, probably. New named or featured character for the first time. There were some people that we saw in like the Rebel Senate, I guess you could say. But I don't know if they're like featured. I couldn't tell you any of their names. They're all bums. None of them believed Andor and were like, nah, screw Luthen. And it's like, I get it, but also like, come on now, let's not be crazy. Perrin is in a scene. Indeed, he was. One or more members of the Ghost crew are seen. Of course not. No. Too distracting. So now we are on 32 then. Planet seen for the first time in live action. No, not for the first time in live action. For the first time in the show, but definitely not for the first time in live action. Rebel Senate was already in Rogue One. Yeah. No, I know, but I'm not saying... Okay, it was named or featured character for the first time, and that's in the show. That's what I take this as. It's in the show. It's not a named or featured character for the first time ever. That would be weird to happen in a finale to me. But they are featured characters from Rogue One. See what I mean? Like, so technically, like, they're featured characters. I don't know their names. And they were seen for the first time in the show. So I don't know if that... What do you think, chat? Or was it just the comms? It was damage, says Spall. Yeah, that was damage. That is damage. I believe that's what it says too. Is a ship breaks down or is damaged. That does count. No, it's definitely not just new character. I would think that's new named slash featured character for the first time in the show. So named or featured, these are characters that are already featured in Rogue One and they're new to the show. You know what I mean? That's what I take it as. So, because I don't think we've seen them before that in the show. They just popped up in the Rebellion. They are cameos, says Matt Risman. Yeah, I guess they're not really named, and they're barely featured. Is it me, or was that Granny and E.T. Grandma? That's what, dude, we literally started the stream off with that, because it was the thummy, right? That's for sure an ET creature. They're for sure trying to like play it on that, for sure, because they have them in the Phantom Menace, or is it the Phantom Menace or Revenge of the Sith? I can never freaking remember. It's probably Attack of the Clones. Now that I said that. Risman's okay. Yes, it would be damaged because it was blasted. That's what I take it as, politics. If there's any damage done to the ship, especially if you're going as far as to say comms being damaged, yes, sure, exactly. Where are we then? We're in post-credit scene. After credit starts can be mid-credit. No, we kind of got a post-credit, but it wasn't exactly after the credits. Project Stardust is mentioned. Nope. We got the Death Star being mentioned, which I don't know if that counts. To me, Stardust is what he's looking for there with 34. Project Stardust in quotes. So to me, that is a no. Rogue One character not listed and another choice is seen. Yes. Yes, indeed. See ISB agents more than one together off of Coruscant. Off of Coruscant? No, we didn't. Is that Luthen's ship? I'll put yes for now. But I don't know if that's necessarily the same. It's Andor's ship by the time of Rogue One. That's what I thought. Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah, they found his cosplay, right? What? That's what I'm trying to say, politics. I don't know if that was Luthen's ship. I think that's the ship that Andor has by the time we get to Rogue One. Luthen's ship is the one that does the thingy thing, right? Oh, I get what you're saying, light blinded. I'm so deceased. That's great. Every answer should be timestamped in what episode. Yeah, when I'm taking over like this, that would be nice. That would be nice. A scene with Luthen, Kalea, and also the ISB was searching it. I guess. Oh, when she's a kid? Alright. We'll make it yes. Okay. Senate chambers. We did not see the Senate chambers at all. Someone is killed not by a blaster. Yes. Someone is killed by a blaster. Yes. 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 Someone is stunned by a blaster. They were stunned by grenades. So I don't think that counts. And I don't know if anyone else got stunned. Right, chat? I think 41 is a no because they were stunned by grenades. Space battle, no. Light Blinded Fool says episode 10 when they do the crime scene investigation at the gallery. Okay. Deidre said she's going to stun Luthen, but not sure if anyone was actually stunned. No. She didn't stun him because he stabbed himself, and then when Andor is rescuing Clea, they get stunned, but it's by a grenade. It's like a stun grenade, which I don't know if we've ever seen in Star Wars. That was pretty interesting. Pretty cool. Star Destroyer is seen. Yes. I guess we saw. Did we see one over Jeddah? We must have. Yeah, flashbang in Star Wars. Nerf herder. No, there was no Star Wars slang. Lingo, definitely. May the Force be with you. I like how Santa put that there's lingo, may the Force be with you. There's almost an I've got a bad feeling. It was a little bit different. But then he didn't put that there was a mention of the Force. Destroyers in front of the Death Star too. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Subtitles on alien language. No. The Ghost is seen. Nope. TIE Avenger is in a scene. No. I don't think TIE Avenger. No. Not a TIE Defender either. May the Force be with me, I guess. Indeed. Cheers to you, Sabersmith. Good to see you in the chat. Where am I now? Subtitle on alien language was no. The Ghost is not seen. Okay, it's TIE fighters, more than one together. Yes, there was. I can't remember exactly. I know there was though, for sure. Trooper variant, not a stormtrooper. Yeah, no, there were troopers that were wearing different armors or like didn't even have their helmets on at times, and that's what kind of led me to believe that maybe Luthen was one, because he didn't really, like, the other dude with him kind of looked like one of the other Imperial troopers at one point, especially like a scene later. It kind of did that to kind of give you that idea. The U-Wing was definitely seen. Vel dies. No, Vel did not die. Glad that she didn't. She's a great character. Visit more than one planet. Yes, we did. Visit Scarif. No, it was mentioned multiple times, but we never saw Scarif in the show. We revisit Mina Rao. No, we did not do that. We did get a mention of Tarkin, but we did not see him. A mention of him. You're starting to sound like Tarkin. Something along those lines. Ah, man. No, we did not see the Gorman massacre other than maybe in like preview parts of the episode, the flashback, the recaps. We didn't see two tubes. We did not see someone ride a speeder bike. Someone was arrested by the Empire, not the Gorman massacre. Okay, yeah, that definitely happened. Maya Pay Rebels did not happen either. Going back down, we did see Naboo. We did see Naboo in flashbacks. Willman dies. Williman? Did Williman die? What? I don't know. Oh, we did go back to Mina Rao? See, I don't even remember Mina Rao. That's hilarious. Santa's silly. 55 is a yes. Okay. Santa should have gave us the option to have a wild bingo card prediction with her own personal predictions. That would have been nice. That could be something that we bring up to him for the next time. Maybe I'll get back into it. I'm like, Willerman did not die. Like, what is Santa talking about? I'm like, what? Oh, man. No. I'm so dead. X-Wing is seen. I think we did see an X-Wing. Y-Wing? No. Yavin Base, yes. Santa's funny, man. I'm like, when did Willerman die? Like, I'm like, I thought he made it, and I kind of wasn't even expecting him to. Although I think he's in Rogue One for like a sec, right? I don't even remember. How is there 55 answers for those who kept their sheet the same every week? The predictions changed. I think he did change or add more at one point, which I guess you just said no to some of them then. I don't know. Let's go check out the Andor cards first. Or maybe you wouldn't have had room on your Andor card maybe for any more yeses, possibly. That might be how it works. I don't know. Santa, though, with 18. And then for any bonus, he did get one bingo right there. So we got to give him the bonus point here. And 19 total points for Santa. So there's your bar for getting into the Wall of Fame. Daniel Fisher was next there, and he did not have any of the bonus space or any bonus points. 12 total. Great score, though. Risman, knowing all the episodes, I don't even want to give you your bonus points. You're a cheater. Oh, not 32. Chill. That's it, though, right? Yeah. Okay, Resman, there you go. You rister. Fitz, 16 points, no bonus, but that is a pretty solid score too. Don Basham with 13 did get a bonus point. Great job, Don. Baymax with 3 bonus points. Almost got 4, but Lita was not in a scene, right, guys? I do not think Lita was in a scene. Trying to remember, but I don't think she was. 20 points for Baymax. Star Wars Politics says, what was it for these episodes? There was 28 correct answers, says Matt. We can go back over here real quick. The correct answers were number 3, a scene in Luthen's shop. A ship breaks down or is damaged. A ship is blown up. B2 Emo is in a scene. Bix is in a scene. Cameo. Death Star is seen. Droid is called by name. Easter egg in from the Phantom Menace, or the prequels, I guess I should say. Galen Erso is mentioned. Imperial officer is seen. ISB meeting room is seen. Jeddah is in a scene. Kyber crystals are mentioned, was a yes. Luthen dies. Main character death, mention or use of the Force, was a yes as well. Perrin is in a scene. That was a yes. Then we had Rogue One character, Luthen's ship. Someone is killed not by a blaster, and someone is killed by a blaster. Star Destroyer is seen. Star Wars lingo was used. TIE Fighter was more than one together was seen. Trooper variant was seen. U-Wing was seen as well. Visit more than one planet was a yes. We visit Mina Rao was a yes. We see someone arrested by the Empire, not during the Gorman massacre, correct? Wait, we did, right? I'm like 80% sure. Yeah, Deidre was. I'm so dead. Yes, we did visit Naboo, or we saw some scenes there. Willman did not die, so that's not a yes. X-Wings were seen, and the Yavin base was seen. Those are all of our yeses. Yes, says KG. Indeed. Baymax finished with 20 this week. And then we got Dawn K. She had 2 extra bonus points. So let's give her those real quick. And she finished with... oh, nope. That's not a value. 2 points. She finished with 19 this week to tie Santa. Skywalker's Academy had 2 bonus points as well. So Skywalker's Academy is going to pass Santa up and be on the leaderboard. Oh, wait. Gave way too many points. That was 21 extra. Skywalker's Academy was about to take the lead of the whole dang thing. That's funny. Skywalker's Academy 2? There were 2. Now there are 2 of them? I don't know what to do here. Are there 2 of you? This one had 2 bonus points also, but it had 1 less point. We're going to go with the higher score. And not even just... number 2 doesn't exist. RF Gaming had 2 extra points this week as well to pass Santa by 1 point. Excellent work. Excellent. Good. Darth Weenie had 1 bonus point this week. Just 2 point shy of Santa. Better luck. Hopefully beat him over this season. This one was pretty funny. Everybody get ready. Nerd Magia. I have no idea who that is. Never heard of a Nerd Magia. I know of a Nerd Mafia somewhere in this community, but unfortunately, because Nerd Magia put in a score this week and not Nerd Mafia, Nerd Magia will be getting points and will probably have just barely more points than me on the season. But I don't know if we can give these points to Nerd Mafia. I don't know about that. I don't know if it counts. We gotta give them the extra points though, because they got 2 bonus points. So 22 is Nerd Magia's score this week. You might not get the points for the season. No, you probably will. But you did beat Santa this week. Wait, is there 2 points? There's only 1 here. There's only 1. Wait. Am I tripping? I am tripping. There's only 1. Nerd Magia. Oh, there is 2. There is. Wait. Nope. Now I'm tripping. I was tripping. There's 2. Now there are 2 of them. Speaking of 2, Mike Gini had 2 extra bonus points this week as well for a total score of 22, beating Santa as well. Excellent work. Good. Seth Nico got 1 bonus point this week for a total of 18, 1 point shy of Santa. K Tumblr G. Now there are 2 KGs, 2 bonus points. Interesting. Beat Santa though. Great work. Santa had. Wait. How much did Santa have with his bonus? Did he have 20 or did he have 19? He had 19. Santa, you can't trick me. Yeah, Nerd Magia ain't going away anytime soon. We're going to hold him to that one for sure. Brian Stone, you got 2 extra bonus points this week. Excellent work, my friend. 18 is your total score on the week. Missing the Wall of Fame by 1 point. Speaking of 1, Star Wars Politics got 1 bonus point this week as well. There is your score. Oh, what is happening now? Something's tripping out. There we go. Star Wars Politics, you got 1 bonus point to tie Star Wars Santa this week. And I believe that is all of our bonus points. Going back over them just to make sure nobody missed any bonus points. Except for Matt Risman. We might need to take one away for cheating. Okay. There's 2. Yep. I don't know if Skywalker's Academy 2. I don't think we counted that one because they have 2. Unless we are, we'll count it. We'll just give him 2 bonus points on this one. Beat Santa. Boom. Both of us beat Santa. Hey, shout out to Baymax for getting 3 bonus points. I think you had the most this week. You and the cheater. Should we take one away, chat? Excellent. Alright, I think we're good there. We're gonna go to the scores on the week real quick. Actually, let's just do the season total. It's got the week scores on it anyway. Alright, screw it. We're gonna put the chat in the black. We got make sure to subscribe. There we go. What up, MK Matt? Welcome into the chat, my dude. Yo! I'm getting a Santa tumbler. Do it, KG. Do it. These are your season totals. I think everybody should be able to see all of it there. And we can, I don't know if it adjusts the, position of people. Probably not. But Star Wars Santa has now fallen behind quite a few of the people that he was close to and will not be able to take the lead. Star Wars Fitz, you missed it by just 1 point this week, my dude. Oof. That's killer. That stinks. Look at that. Sheav the Wise. His total is 16 points. I'm great. I almost did as good as Nerd Magia. Almost. On the season. And Nerd Mafia, I don't know if you deserve those points, man. 22 is what we gave you. That's right. Nerd Magia. I don't know. Do we give Nerd Magia Nerd Mafia Nerd Magia's points? Same but different. Santa didn't post 2 weeks predictions on YouTube and I missed out. No. You could have done it. You could have done it. You would have. Is that why you had 2 Skywalker's Academy? Oh, dang. Dang. Well, to be fair, Santa did only have 12 in week 2 also. He was trying to give you guys a fighting chance that week. Santa would give him the points. For which one? With an asterisk. Well, I mean, we gotta. Risman's a cheater, so I don't know if he belongs in second place. There's an asterisk there. I don't know if it'll let me do that, but. Oh man. I'm glad Nerd Magia beat Santa. I would have beat Nerd Magia, though. I always beat Nerd Magia. Every time. I need 5 forgiveness redemption points from Santa, and I win. I could give you 1 bonus point. I don't know about 5. 5 might be pushing it. 5 might be asking a lot here. 5 might be leaving dicks. I mean, I could give you my score. We could try to give you... I could send some of my points. I got 16 points to give out. I'm happy to switch my score with you. Although then I wouldn't beat Santa that week. So I can only sacrifice like 3 points is the most I can sacrifice to everybody, because I need to beat Santa in week 2. That just, it's not, I did it. You have to do it. I got the bingo link off Discord. Yeah, go check out Santa's Discord. He posts them every week in there. Do it. It's politics. Talk to him. Where's politics? Let's go back. Hold on. You were close to getting a couple bonus points this week. Oh, man. Shouldn't have guessed that Vel died. Do it. And now politics beats Santa this week. You know what? Just because Dawn's a loyal supporter, she gets to beat Santa this week too. She almost had 3 spaces anyway. But Deidre basically died. She might as well have. She died in our hearts moons ago. Mike Porter, I have no idea. You got to ask him. You would have to ask him, because I only know 2. I only know Nerd Magia and Nerd Mafia, and really, the only person I know is named Green Bear. So he should politics. He should. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Especially because he's a cheater. Look at that. He almost had his entire thing filled up. What a cheater. God. This guy. Can I sort by number? Yeah. No. That's not how I want it. That's hilarious. Well, never mind. Oh no, now I'm just doing terrible things. Oh no. Didn't Santa tell you he was giving me 20 points for each bonus point I get this time? No. I don't remember hearing that. Now it sounds like you're trying to gaslight me. Don't do that. No. It's a path to the dark side, my friend. Don't be doing none of that. There's your final season leaderboard, though. And again, what a season it's been. I'm glad that a couple of you beat Santa. More of you should have. I wish I could give a couple of you more of my points to beat him. I don't know if it would be enough points, though. I could give Dawn enough to tie. I could give Fitz enough to beat Santa on the season. Or tie. But I don't know. Throwing me in here is just a wild card, you know. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen when the dark side takes over Santa's workshop. Good. Nerd Mazia. There you go. Nerd Mafia. What about you got to do the letters on the keyboard that are actually close to F though. Nerd Matia works. Nerd Matia. Nerd Maria. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. Richmond can spare me 5 points and he still wins. Yeah, you and KG both. KG seems like the cheater. I don't know about you guys. KG was just killing it the entire season. How is this even possible? Where's KG's? I saw a different KG, unless that was Tumblr KG. Is this the only KG we get this week? Oh. KG Tumblr. K Tumblr G. Good. Yes, Maria. Nerd Maria. Good. Henceforth you shall be known as Nerd Maria. I really just like Andor. Me too, KG. Yeah, I'll tell you the secret to beating Santa. This is how I did it. At least the 1 week that I did, but I've beat Santa multiple times. What you got to do, just every time, this is what I did. This was my formula for Andor this season. If I was going to put in a prediction, which I only did 1 week, every answer that I put, I had to be geared towards Thrawn being in it. And that's how you beat him. You answer with the thought that Thrawn will show up in some capacity, and you do all the ways that Thrawn could actually show up, and you just vote yes to those. Like, it doesn't matter. You think B2 emo's in the scene? Perfect. Yes, because Thrawn is going to show up, and he'll just be there and be like, this droid is once Andor's droid. You know what I mean? It's the key to success. The blue man is going to show up, and that's how you beat him. That's the most and best advice I can give. Otherwise, though, I think next time I have to join back in on this, and I think I need to put I don't know, maybe some mercy needs to be had upon Santa, but I think I need to remind him that the dark side always wins. Every time. Every time. I'll spare 2 if Risman spares 3. Yeah, just copy Risman. Just copy him and you'll win. When is the next series we get to play this prediction game? That is an excellent question. I personally do not know. Santa has not led me into the secrets of the workshop. Goodness gracious, my phone is going crazy. I don't know. I guess Ahsoka. Maybe there's going to be one for the Mando movie, but that seems like it'll be a little harder to do. I think otherwise we have probably some more Tales in the future. They love doing those. Hey, if you guys want to do one for Tales and guess, how many things Sheev will get wrong, hit up Santa for that, and he can, we can make it a watch party where you guys watch me do Tales this weekend, and there'll be predictions on how many things I get wrong or right. No, but for real, I think I'm trying to think of that other show, the anime one. maybe Santa could do it for that, but it's gonna be like, who knows what'll be in that, you know? Oh yeah, to the workshop, please. It's a blessing. I love having a foot in the door to the workshop. You know what I mean? It's pretty cool. You know you're gonna be on the, like, even if you belong on the naughty list because you're a Darksider, you're gonna end up on the good list or the nice list. Like, you know the right people. It's just how it works. The Force can be fooled in many ways. The pathway to the dark side is many unnatural abilities. You know what I mean? I would not do well on Visions, says KG. Yeah, Visions, that's what I'm saying. Visions would be tough. Everybody would struggle, but that might make it more fun. Because, like, look at this. Everybody's getting... KG, you got 20 every week. I know you like Andor, but sheesh. I only got 16 in week 2. You had 24. Like, that's crazy. Gotta love Nerd Magia, though. Actually, I don't know if I can add... Can I add another one? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Actually, yeah. Let's just do that. Nerd Maria. Oh, look at this. I did not get one from Nerd Mafia this week. I only got Nerd Maria's score. Oh, poor Nerd Maria. Hey, spell your name right, dude. Come on. Alright, y'all. This has been a real fun time. It's been dope doing this, and Andor has been truly, truly an incredible show. I think it'll be tough for Disney to do much that's too much greater than this in the future, although it's pretty nuts that the fact they were able to milk the opening crawl of A New Hope this much into one of the best series and one of the best movies that they have made is definitely a nod to both Tony Gilroy and them for being able to do so. It's pretty impressive, and this story truly goes down as one of the best Star Wars stories to me. I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty freaking great. I can understand liking it so much that you get all of them right, KG. I can understand. Nerd Maria, that's great. I'm gonna make sure he sees this. Maria has already left the chat. Indeed, she has. I triple check my name every time I submit. Good job. Good job. You don't want to end up like Nerd Maria. Yeah, it'll be hard to top Andor, and it'll be hard to top Nerd Magia or Nerd Maria anytime soon. Thank you guys, though, for watching the stream. It's been fun. I hope to see you soon. Make sure to stay tuned. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and coming from Santa's. I'm doing a watch this weekend because I have not seen 90% of both Tales of the Empire and Tales of the Underworld. So if you want to see my live reactions to those, definitely subscribe. I'll be doing them probably on Saturday and Sunday if I'm not doing them together. So keep that in mind. I'll keep you posted on my Discord and on my socials. So subscribe to those. They're in the links in the description. I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe. Smash that like button. May the Force be with you. Peace. Oh, wait. Well, we're not done yet. Don't you worry. I haven't forgotten. There's a Mike Porter dad joke that you must all be told. So here it is. What did Darth Vader say to pick the winner of the Derby?
He said the horse is strong with this one.